If we could start with you, Marlene, if we could start with you, tell us a little bit about how you started with the VFW and what you've done with that.
I became a member in 1979, and the president at that time was a lady by the name of Ruth Maloney. And I was talked into going through the chairs, and I started through, and I became president 2 times. I was 2 times president of the auxiliary. I worked on the food baskets for Christmas time. I saw that they were delivered. I had a great crew that worked with me to get this food out to the people. And I also did the hospital, went down to the hospital at the VA and distributed canteen books or whatever to the patients there at the VA hospital. I've been very involved in everything. I was involved in sending phone cards to our servicemen overseas. I was in contact with the representative from the Maine, with the gentleman that worked with the VFW, National VFW, and I'd call him and he'd get me the books and I'd mail them out to the different ones that they would, their whole troop got a phone card that they could call home. And there was lots of minutes on those phone cards.
It's Operation Uplink, right?
Yes, yeah. Operation Uplink. That's what I worked with very, very closely. Yeah. I also worked with our own community here, doing what I could for them. That's about it. I've just been a jack of all trades and master of none.
Well, aren't you skipping something? Weren't you a past Citizen of the Year winner?
Past what?
Past Citizen of the Year winner, right?
Yes, I was a Citizen of the Year winner, yes.
I thought so.
Yes.
How did your eligibility for the auxiliary was from your husband, or?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about him?
Well, he enlisted in March before the war broke out in December. So he was in there and he was headed to the Philippines, and it fell. So he had a pretty plush thing, not like other people, because he went to the Hawaiian Islands and stayed there the whole term. Got out in 45, and he was out in October of 45. He was a master sergeant. He's a quartermaster, and he was a master sergeant in that. And one of the peoples that came through from the Philippines at the time, they showed up, and the guys were interviewing him. They said, "Where are you from?" He said, "Oh, little town in Hyde." I said, "Not very big." He said, "You wouldn't know anything about it." He says, "Well," they said, "Well, tell us about it." And he said, "Okay." He says, "I was from Greenville." "Oh, we got a guy here from Greenville," and they were tickled. That was Kenny Hetzel. Yeah. A lot of you people will remember Kenny Hetzel, and he was so tickled to see guy from McGlinch there, and Bill outfitted him with clothes and got him all fixed up. So they had quite a time coming home, and we were very friendly with them. And I also at one time did an appreciation dinner, chaired that for our color guard. I chaired a dinner for the color guard at the time with the American Legion, VFW, and the Disabled American Veterans, and this turned out very nice. We had we all worked together. The boys, young men from the American Legion, sons of the American Legion, them and their wives came and served the veterans, the member, and it went really well. So it was very nice. One of the things that I have done for them. I'm very, very enthusiastic about helping the veterans.
You are. You guys are icons. You guys are icons of the VFW. That's why I asked you guys to come do this. Arlene, let's move to you.
Okay.
Please tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
What you've done for the VFW, veterans and stuff like that, and your husband's an icon,
Yes.
charter legacy member, Shorty, the
Yes.
late Shorty.
Yeah.
If you'd like to talk about him a little, please.
Yes. Well, I came under, of course, Shorty Gerald's eligibility. He was in the Navy and was a fireman, first class. And when he served in the Pacific, I'm telling about him a little bit, but
Yes,
anyhow,
please.
it's his eligibility,
Right.
created the eligibility for me. And he was in 7 battles out there, so he's got 7 battle stars on his campaign ribbon. So a little bit about me. I joined the auxiliary in 1974 at a small post over at, it was at Verona at that time, post 975. But after a few years, when Shorty decided he wanted to go through the district chairs, why, he said, I'm going to go to Greenville. You can do what you want to. So I said, well, I'm going with you. So in 1983, we came to Greenville, post 7262, and at that year, I was district president for District 3, and 7262 supported me very, very, very well. And then in 84, 85, Shorty was district commander. So that's a little bit about me. I was active with the VFW locally here. I was president in 1990-91, I believe it was, and had a lot of cooperation with everybody. And at that time, we did the full floor work with carrying in the flags and the banners and everything. And then I worked with the Poppy program for many, many, many years. Phyllis Miller and I, and a number of other ladies too. But I worked with the Poppy program many times and went to the VA on visits with them. And I was voted the outstanding auxiliary member in 2012, and I'm very proud of that. My goodness. And I got a T-shirt with my name on it and everything, so I wear it proudly. And when we go to Mississippi, we go to the auxiliary meetings down there too.
Oh, excellent.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the president of the auxiliary down there was the state president for Mississippi in 2012, I believe it was, or 13, something like, either 2012 or 2013. She was the state president, and she didn't have as many members under her as state president as Marlene and I had as district presidents here in Ohio.
Wow.
And we go to their meetings, and they might only have 3 or 4 members president, so Marlene and I pro tem for various chairs. So I enjoy the VFW very much and the things they do for the community and for the veterans. And Shorty has a granddaughter that is still in the service. She's a captain in the Army, but she will be getting her discharge now here in November. But she's a member of the VFW post also.
What's her name and what is her duty station right now?
Her name is Jenna Meyers, Captain Jenna Meyers, and right now she's on furlough, but in November she will get her discharge, and she is hoping to seek employment in the financial area. She was a financial officer. She served.
What service? I'm sorry. What?
She was in the Army, and she served 2 deployments to Afghanistan. And when the first time she was in Afghanistan, she was in Jalalabad, and she had control of the bank over there, and she paid the employees and the contract workers and so forth. So yes, she's a very valuable person too. Yeah. So Anything else I can answer?
Yes, you also have a famous son, don't you? Famous in Greenville, isn't he?
Yes, I have a son and daughter also.
Let's hear about that.
My son is Wendell Meyers. He had taught school here at Greenville for a number of years, and I think he was a wrestling coach, and he taught business classes. And to this day, Wendell is still in the education program. He is the career tech, the director of the career tech for Sinclair Consortium. That's a mouthful. But he has a very important job, and he loves what he's doing because he loves working with children. And also my daughter was a teacher here too. That was Nadine Cornett. She was in the business class. And so then also my son-in-law Bill Cornett taught school here, and I believe his last position was being a principal in one of the areas.
So it's fair to say that you and Shorty's legacy is teaching. You've done
education, in the education.
That's been spread,
Yes.
throughout your family, and it's a great honor to talk to you today.
Thank
you.
It's been a privilege, and thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
I can add on too that I also was the auxiliary president, person of the year too.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I
Of
was.
course.
Yeah.
All those great
I
awards.
think I was before Arlene even
Yeah,
was.
I think mine was the last year they've done it. I was told.
Well, and that's the thing. Some of that stuff got cut off and missed because
Yeah.
we had some problems. And,
Yeah.
And Jack Harless helped clean them up.
Yeah.
I can tell you guys. I think I told you already that he's getting kind of a special award that night. It's
Oh,
kind of,
is he?
Kind of a secret, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, great. He
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, he should. He was the chairman of that park,
Okay.
back in '98. They put all that stuff together. The stuff we're trying to improve now.
Okay.
Yeah. You mentioned Shorty had 7
Battle stars.
battle stars. Where is all that stuff?
It's all in the Pacific area.
No, where's all his stuff now?
Oh, his stuff's on the wall at home. Yeah, his
Yeah.
stuff is on the wall at home.
And I'm kind of using you as an example because not only people will tell me that oh well, the World War II, you're too late, No, we're not. You have his stuff. You have his memories.
I've got them.
Those memories pass on, and
Yes.
that's the whole idea.
I even brought today as evidence that he earned 7 battle stars.
Yeah.
I've got his discharge with me today that I can show you where it says on there
Right,
about
and-
7 battle stars.
And the beautiful thing of what we're
Pacific
doing is, all we got to do is borrow that stuff,
Yeah.
scan it, photograph it, whatever, and we'll give it right back.
Okay.
That's the whole idea of this library. That people don't want to part with it. That's fine. Just let us borrow it.
Yeah.
And then it'll be stored forever. That story, his story
Yes.
that you just gave is going to go in the library.
Okay.
And he'll be in there.
Okay.
If somebody, the idea is somebody 100 years from now looks up Shorty Meyers, they'll be able to see this tape of you talking about him.
Got a picture of him
Yeah.
too with his white hat when he was all-state commander or whatever they called him at that time in 84, 85.
So,
Yeah.
your descendants, imagine 100 years from now, if they were able to see their great-great-grandmother speak.
Yes.
It'd be something, and that's what we're after. That's what we're doing. All right, and you guys have anything else you'd like to add?